from the University of La Verne, this is Foothill Community News.
Hello, I'm Lauren Van Loel.
And I'm Michael Hernandez, and this is Foothill Community News. Topping our news, a local mosque opens its doors and invites the community to come and learn what Islam is all about. I joined the group for a lesson in Muslim culture and faith.
For many of those who came to the Open Mosque Day in Claremont, it was the first time they heard a call to prayer. For Mustaf Umar, a Muslim scholar and president of California Islamic, it was an opportunity to educate the public about the Islamic faith.
I go around, I give this intro to Islam lecture in many places, in churches, synagogues, university campuses, high schools. And so I always try to make time for this, especially given our current political climate.
Janet Jackson actually became Muslim. So I had to verify this for hours, and it's verified. Okay?
The talk included topics ranging from the Islamic holy days to dietary restrictions and the meaning of the wearing of the hijab.
I want them to understand what Islam really is, what it represents, and understand what are the core beliefs and the core practices of Islam so that they can gain a better appreciation and understanding of what Islam really is.
The lack of understanding of Islam has made the religion and its followers the target of hate crimes. The Islamic Center of Claremont was among 5 California mosques to receive hate letters threatening their community last November.
We were saddened by it, and of course we felt a little bit threatened and worried about it. But I tell you what happened afterwards was amazing. We got tremendous amount of support from local, even as far as Indiana. We got some support letters.
Janet Chase is a minister at the Unity Church in Pomona and is involved in the interfaith community. She says it was important that she and members of her congregation support the event.
Because that's how we create peace and understanding. Otherwise, we're living in fear, and we're giving into fear, and fear is what wrecks the world.
After the lecture, community members were treated to dinner and henna body painting. The mosque plans to have another Open Mosque Day in 6 months.
For more information about the Islamic Center or to plan your visit for the next Open Mosque Day, go to IslamicCenterofClaremont.org.
In the midst of the Syrian refugee crisis, the University of La Verne hosted a unique dinner. Carson Leathers has the story.
It was time to break bread, trade stories, and get to know one another at the Syrian community dinner organized by the Muslim Student Association at the University of La Verne.
And we came up with the dinner as a way to bring people together.
Firas Arodaki is the president of the Muslim Student Association. As more and more Syrian refugees settle in the surrounding area, Arodaki and the association wanted to do something to help the refugee families become integrated into the community.
Food is what people actually need to eat, to live. So, and it's a common thing. So basically, we always try to find the common factor that bring all people together.
Syrian refugee families were invited to prepare traditional Syrian dishes and share it with the community while also talking about their experiences as refugees. University of La Verne communications professor Anastasia Baird helped organize the event.
I would like to think about some more ways to involve students. I mean, we had a few here tonight, but I think planning some more ways to either bring some conversations or some guests into classrooms might be a really interesting way to keep growing the community.
About 60 people took part in the dinner. Not only did they have a chance to enjoy delicious food, but they also came away with a better understanding of their new neighbors.
We wanted to bring as many people as possible so that people know what's happening, with the Syrian refugees. People be more aware of the difficulty they're going through and the suffering.
One of the main goals of the Muslim Student Association is to incorporate the Muslim community with that of the La Verne and surrounding communities. They will have many more events like they had here tonight. For Foothill Community News, I'm Carson Leathers.
A University of La Verne student is doing her part to create understanding and acceptance of different groups. Reporter Bree Weeks has the story of a unique young woman.
Speak, listen, know. That is the wish of Mariela Martinez, a senior poli-science major that is working hard to dispel stereotypes and improve communication in today's heightened climate of polarization.
I want people to have an opportunity to have civil discourse. I decided we need to have a place, an opportunity, events where people can talk, regardless of their backgrounds, regardless of their perspectives, their experiences.
Martinez was selected as one of only 32 students nationwide to receive the Principal Grant, which honors community engagement activists. Each week, event goers had the opportunity to talk with members of different communities such as Islamic, Christian, and even atheist and LGBTQ in order to ask questions and address misconceptions.
I think she has a profound sense of justice and a willingness to be able to do something about it. So she's one of those people who will roll up her sleeves, who will think outside the box, and is really committed to sort of all people and all ideas.
Beyond campus events, Martinez has been heavily involved in the successful campaign to declare the city of Claremont a sanctuary city and spends her free time volunteering at a local mosque with Syrian refugees. Being from an immigrant family herself, Martinez feels strongly for the misunderstood.
I'm very close to that, and I understand that experience, and I know firsthand the stereotypes that come with that. A lot of people like to it's easy to put labels without understanding, and I wanted to dispel that.
She's hoping these events will encourage dialogue and ease tension, allowing people to grow together as a community. For anyone hoping to become more involved, she shared this advice.
Whenever anyone thinks about going out and helping a community, I think that we have this perception that a large amount of change or a large amount of investment is required to do that. But honestly, a conversation, hug, talking to someone, letting them know that you care, that you want to listen to their perspective, to their values. Person-to-person contact, I think, is one of the best, most genuine ways to inform one another about what's going on and to motivate change.
For Foothill Community News, I'm Bree Weeks.
Countries around the world will be celebrating Earth Day on the 22nd to raise awareness about environmental protection. One group got a head start. I checked out the celebration. While the federal government may be rolling back environmental regulations, the Los Angeles County Department of Sanitation is trying to get people to do more to protect the Earth. At its annual Earth Day festival in Whittier, it brought out the experts to help people understand their impact on the planet.
Here we've invited over 60 different organizations. They're either water companies, utilities, grassroots groups, community STEM programs. Anybody's here to come and share what anybody can do to help Mother Earth.
Exhibits featured household experiments explaining how human activity is increasing the acidity of our oceans and impacting the creatures that live there. And vendors explained what people could do to change their daily habits.
We have something called a pledge where you can choose things off of a list just to do in your daily life. Basically to save resources and to be aware about the amount of waste that you're creating.
Other booths decided to help people incorporate green living into their homes.
What we're here to do is we're here to promote composting and have people come out to the workshops. We're trying to get everybody to use up their yard waste and their kitchen waste and compost it.
To add some fun to the event, the district offered flower pot painting, interactive games, and live entertainment. For many who came out to celebrate the Earth, the event encouraged them to take steps to be more eco-friendly.
As I realized that it actually is small things that I can do personally will make a huge difference.
I did not know much about the environment, so I wasn't very environment friendly. I didn't know much, so I didn't help much.
While the goal of the Earth Day Festival is to promote awareness, it will still take a lot of work and outreach before everyone understands their impact and before every day can be considered Earth Day.
One species of insects that is good for our environment are bumblebees, but as Bree Week tells us, if something isn't done, they could all disappear. Here's her report.
After the wettest winter in 5 years, superblooms have occurred across Southern California, giving bees a chance to rebuild their depleting population. Bumblebees were officially put on the endangered species list last month after their numbers dropped by almost 90% in the last 2 decades. Drought, disease, pesticides, and climate change are said to be among the threats to bees, but saving them could be as simple as planting a seed.
It's not a complex ecological solution that takes a doctor to comprehend and understand. It's really just throwing a couple handfuls of seeds in your yard once a year, and if you can, maybe plant 2 or 3 plants that are perennials that will live for years and years like this. It makes a huge difference.
The pollinating work of bees contribute to 1/3 of the world's food supply, as well as having an important role in many ecosystems. If bees were to go extinct, the effect would be vast and noticeable.
If the bees go extinct, the plants won't be able to pollinate. Populations will shrink. Plants are an active role in carbon sequestration. They also create oxygen, not only for us, for other things. Great benefit. They breathe, we breathe. Less bees, less plants, less air, more carbon, hotter temperature.
Now that it's spring, you can help do your part to save the bees and the planet by planting some wildflowers. For Foothill Community News, I'm Bree Weeks.
When we come back, we introduce you to a local business taking Laverne by storm.
And then we'll take you around the town. You're watching Foothill Community News.
serving the nation's poor and vulnerable regardless of faith, and advocating on their behalf. We are Catholic Charities.
Excitement is brewing at a new coffee shop in Old Town La Verne. Reporter Haley Carisu has the story.
Cactus Coffee opened its doors in the heart of La Verne in mid-March, and patrons are warming up to its Java.
Really glad it opened, just bummed that it's my senior year and they're just opening now. I wish it was open sooner.
The cafe's patio sports a wide array of succulents, and its menu features a large range of handcrafted drinks.
The staples are just that we have espresso, and then the things that change are everything else.
Jeremy Genowin decided to open Cactus Coffee after the previous tenant, Coffee Berry, went out of business last year. Genowin also runs the iPhone repair shop above the cafe. He says he wanted to bring a new coffee vibe to La Verne.
La Verne needed something that had a little bit more personality and was not afraid to be a little bit different.
Cactus Coffee's menu features unique drinks, such as the prickly pear. It's an espresso and tonic combo with a hint of prickly pear juice. They also have toast with Nutella or avocado. University of La Verne senior Melissa Catherman says she's been at Cactus Coffee nearly every day since they've opened.
People here are really nice. They are super welcoming every time we come in, so I think it's just feeling more comfortable here.
Genowin spent 2 months renovating the space himself along with friends. The result is an earthy, organic feeling that customers seem to like.
I could see it becoming like pretty much a staple in everyone's daily routine.
I'm really grateful that everybody has been so helpful and that people are showing up and that they have positive things to say. I really needed that, so I'm just really grateful that La Verne has been so kind to me.
Cactus Coffee is experimenting with new drinks daily. You can keep up with their menu by following them on Instagram. For Foothill Community News, I'm Haley Carisu.
Dozens of people gathered at the Pomona Fairplex and brought their appetites with them as they attended the first night of Food Truck Thursdays. Local food trucks from around the area showed off their culinary creations with a variety of foods such as Mexican, Vietnamese, and Filipino. There's something to satisfy any craving. The trucks change each week. The food trucks are located at Gate 1 of the Fairplex starting at 5:30.
Kids were on the hunt in San Dimas, searching for colorful eggs to fill their Easter baskets. It was all part of the annual San Dimas Family Festival. The Easter Bunny was on hand to kick off the event while kids scrambled around to find their tiny treasures. In addition to the egg hunt, the event featured a petting zoo, a pony ride, and jumpers for the kids to play in.
If you're looking for something to do, we have you covered.
Here's what's happening around the town.
Celebrate Earth Day by spreading environmental awareness with the City of Claremont. Learn how to live green with informational workshop, vendors, and activities, as well as live entertainment and food trucks. The event kicks off at 10 a.m. on Saturday, April 22nd in the Claremont Village along 2nd Street.
If you're hearing impaired or want to support people dealing with hearing loss, come out to the Deaf United Expo on April 22nd at the Fairplex. There will be workshops, a job fair, and entertainment. Doors open at 9 a.m. in Building 7 and admission is free.
Join the University of La Verne students, faculty, and staff to celebrate their 125th birthday on April 27th. Take a look into the past and share memories of the university with friends and family and alumni. The program begins on the University Mall from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. Visit www.laverne.edu to RSVP.
Calling all felines and cat lovers, the Santa Monica Cat Club presents the 50th Annual Tiki Cat Show on April 29th and 30th. The event will feature an adoption fair, vendors for cats and their owners, and a cat show. The event starts at 10 a.m. at the Pomona Fairplex, and admission is $12 for adults and $8 for kids.
Mark your calendar for the annual Sip of La Verne Wine Walk on Saturday, April 29th from 5 to 8:30 p.m. Enjoy fine wines paired with local food and entertainment. The event starts at 5 p.m. You must be 21 to participate. Tickets are $40 pre-sale and $45 at the event.
Light up the night and get blasted with bubbles at Pomona's Foam Glow 5K Run. Put on your running shoes and a white t-shirt and prepare to glow under the black lights. Then join the after party to celebrate your victory. Check-in starts at 5 p.m. on May 6th and the race begins at 8 p.m. Visit www.foamglow.com to register.
When we come back, we'll have sports with Joseph Orozco.
Stay tuned to Foothill Community News.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
We have Joseph Orozco here with sports. What's happening, Joseph?
Well, Lauren, the spring sports are winding down and playoffs are just around the corner. I have all the updates right here. The Damien volleyball team, the defending back-to-back CIF champions, are having another successful season and are primed to make another deep run in the playoffs. I went to find out the key to their success.
The Damien High School volleyball team has established itself from an upstart program that began in 2005 into a formidable powerhouse and dynasty in 2017. Head coach Randy Bowman says his team's dedication to the sport is paying dividends with winning results.
We've had some really good athletes come out for volleyball. We've had kids that are dedicated outside of our season. They play club, which helps.
The recent success of the team made the CIF Southern Section, the governing body of high school sports in Southern California, move Damien up from Division 5 to Division 3, forcing them to play against tougher competition. Yet, the Spartans are still holding their own and are a force to be reckoned with thanks to contributions from returning players.
We weren't sure what type of team we had because we lost some very pivotal, important players from last year's team. Lost 3 first-team All-CIF players, but we had players who have been in the ranks coming up, and so they filled in, and so we've stepped up and are playing pretty good volleyball.
Brandon Nyquist, a senior setter for the Spartans, is one of those returning players who feels his performance as a captain and player is extremely crucial to the team's success.
It's actually pretty stressful because, I mean, if I'm not setting good, we can't kill any points, we can't end any rallies. So my performance is very crucial for our success.
As for the promotion from Division 5 to Division 3, Brandon was not too concerned for the competition, but knows his team has to play their A game at all times to have success.
I wasn't too stressed out about the advancement in divisions, but it's going to be a lot harder. The competition's very strict and very good, so we got to pick it up this year a lot.
Brandon's teammate, senior outside hitter Jack Mitchner, shares similar thoughts and feels his team is ready for more good things come playoff time.
You know, at first we were like a little scared, but then we thought of it as a challenge, and we're ready to dominate in Division 3 as we've been doing in Division 5.
The Damien volleyball team is currently battling for the top spot in the Hacienda League and are primed to get a top 10 seed in the Division 3 playoffs when brackets are released during the first week of May. The name Christopher Arcos is on the tip of the tongue of anyone following the University of Laverne baseball team. This season, reporter Haley Carrizo has a story of a sophomore student who is pitch perfect.
Sophomore Christopher Arcos has taken the mound by storm.
Kind of feels really surreal because looking at it last year, we had a lot of good starting pitchers, and I looked up to all those guys, and I didn't think I'd be there this year.
I've seen him grow tremendously as a hitter and a pitcher. He's stepped it up a lot.
When Arcos arrived at the University of Laverne 2 years ago, his plan was to run cross-country with his twin brother, but the urge to play baseball called to him, so he asked head coach Scott Winterburn if he could join the team.
He learns fast. He's going to eat up all the things that he needs to learn along the way. So where he's at right now, we couldn't be happier.
The Chino Hills resident spends his time balancing his dual athletic roles as a cross-country runner and baseball pitcher. He says his days are long, but his efforts on the baseball field are paying off.
Chris has a unique approach to baseball because he really comes in to the season with a different kind of physical fitness than most guys. So there's nothing that gets Chris tired.
This season, Arcos was named the team's #2 pitcher. Last month, during Game 3 of the Leopard series against Claremont Mud Scripps, Arcos wowed the team when he brought home the first no-hitter of his baseball career.
I walked out there, I was like, okay, yeah, we could totally mercy them right here. I could just shut it down, save our bullpen, and then I kind of looked all the way across the scoreboard, and I saw the 0 hits.
You realize that I was like, oh my God, like this actually might happen.
Delivery is grounded to the right side. That will do it, and that will do it for the no-hitter. Arcos no hits the Stags, and Laverne defeats CMS 10-0 in the second game of the.
Once we recorded that last out, sprinting in and tackling him was the best part.
He's on a growth curve like most guys his age, and he's just got all of his best baseballs in front of him. So we're happy that he threw a no-hitter and had that level of success.
I just can't wait to get out here and get the cleats on and go run in the outfield. I love taking batting practice, and I just love the game. Can never walk away from it.
The last University of La Verne pitcher to record a no-hitter was Scott Lundeen in 2004, with a 7-2 win over Pomona Pitzer. The U of V Athletics Department says Lundeen and Arcos are the only two to wear this achievement since 1999. For Foothill Community News, I'm Haley Carisu.
What a great student-athlete Chris is. Now to the local team scores. The University of La Verne baseball team got 2 huge wins in a doubleheader over the University of Redlands on April 8th, beating the Bulldogs by scores of 4-3 and 5-3. The wins helped propel La Verne to the top 4 in the SCIAC Conference standings. The La Verne softball team split their doubleheader on April 8th with Occidental College, losing the first game 3-2 before winning the second game 5-2. The Leopards are still in first place in the SCIAC Conference standings. The La Verne women's water polo team wrapped up their regular season with victories over Occidental and Redlands with scores of 18-4 and 9-3. The Leopards begin SCIAC Conference tournament play the weekend of April 21st. To the high school scene now, the Bonita baseball team dropped a tough game to Ayala High School on April 12th, losing 3-2. The Bearcats are currently tied for 3rd place in the competitive Palomares League with Ayala High School and Claremont High School. The Bonita softball team also resumed league play on April 12th, and they were victorious in defeating Claremont High School in a shutout, 3-0. Sticking with softball, the San Dimas softball team began league play the right way, steamrolling Roland High School on April 12th to an easy 12-0 shutout victory. The Saints are favorites to win the Val Vista League. And finally, the San Dimas baseball team also had a huge victory over Roland High School. They won their game on April 11th by a score of 28-1. The game was shortened to only 5 innings of play via a mercy rule. That's all for sports today, guys.
Thanks, Joseph. It's a busy time for local sports.
Yeah, I'd say our teams are certainly doing well, though.
They are.
Art lovers gathered for a special auction in Claremont recently, but it wasn't paintings they were bidding on, but the tools of the trade.
Paintbrushes used by some of the most popular artists from the area were up for auction to raise money for the Claremont Museum of Art.
I've never heard of anyone else doing this. It's really exciting.
Artist Ann Seltzer is the curator of the auction and had a few brushes of her own for sale. She said every brush has a story.
Well, we have Carl Benjamin, who's known for his hard-edge abstract paintings, and we have Harrison McIntosh, who is well known for his gorgeous pottery with the beautiful glazes.
There were brushes used by a local priest known for his textured canvases, and there were brushes that were works of art themselves, like these from artist D. Marcellus Cole. Local artist Doug Magoon couldn't get enough.
Oh, it's a phenomenal collection. I wish I had more money to buy a bunch of brushes.
Claremont resident Bobby Baskins was pleasantly surprised by how the event turned out.
I just couldn't imagine the kind of thing this would be, you know, whether it would be how you sell brushes or auction brushes off. But now that I see it, I find it very interesting, very cool, and I'm enjoying this show very much.
All proceeds from the auction will go directly to the Claremont Museum of Art, open weekends from 12 to 4. For Foothill Community News, I'm Christian Gonzalez.
Thanks for watching Foothill Community News. I'm Michael Hernandez.
And I'm Lauren Benlol. See you next time.